Hello, my name is Reese Hinojosa, and today I'll be conducting a code review for one of my previous projects. The artifact I have selected falls under the category of software engineering and design. This project is web-based dashboard for Grazioso Salvare, an animal shelter management system. It integrates MongoDB, Python, middleware, and Plotly for visualization. In this review, I'll analyze the existing code, describe its functionality, highlight areas for improvement, and discuss my planned enhancements. The focus of this code review is the CRUD operations file, which is responsible for interacting with the MongoDB database. Let's walk through its key functionalities. The script establishes a connection to a MongoDB database using PyMongo. It defines a CRUD class that encapsulates create, read, update, and delete operations. The init method initializes the connection, setting up authentication credentials, and selecting the target database and collection. The class includes methods such as create, read, update, and delete to interact with the database. Now let's analyze this code critically using key software engineering principles. I'll now review this code using the provided checklist. The code follows object-oriented programming principles by encapsulating CRUD functionality in a class. However, hard-coded credentials in the connection string present a security risk. A more secure approach would be using environment variables or a configuration file. The init method directly connects to the database inside a try except block, but it does not properly handle connection failures beyond printing an error message. It should raise a more descriptive exception or implement a retry mechanism. The class structure is modular, making it reusable across different parts of the application. The script does not implement logging for debugging or tracking errors. Implementing Python's built-in logging module would improve traceability. Now for documentation and readability. The code includes doc strings for the class and methods, improving readability. However, inline comments are minimal. Adding more comments, especially in the CRUD methods, would help future developers understand the logic. Function names and variable names follow Python conventions, making them easy to understand. Now on to variables. Variables are clearly named and properly defined. The script lacks parameter validation. For example, there are no checks for empty values before inserting data. Moving on to defensive programming. The error handling in the init method only prints an error message but does not take corrective action. The CRUD methods do not handle exceptions, meaning if an operation fails, the program might crash. Wrapping each operation in a try except block with meaningful error messages would improve stability. Now moving on to my enhancement plan. To improve this code, I plan to implement the following enhancements. I'm going to improve security by removing hard-coded credentials and use environment variables or a secure configuration file. I'm going to enhance error handling. To do this, I will implement try except blocks in the CRUD operations and use custom exception handling for different types of database errors. Next, I'm going to refactor for better modularity. I'm going to separate database connection logic into a dedicated helper class. Also, I will implement a logging system to track database interactions and errors. Finally, I'm going to optimize the database queries. To do this, I will implement pagination for read operations to improve efficiency when fetching large datasets. The skills I demonstrated in this course and the course outcomes are as follows. By implementing these enhancements I discussed, I will demonstrate software and design principles by modularizing the code and improving maintainability. I will demonstrate secure coding practices by removing hard-coded credentials and implementing proper error handling. Lastly, I will demonstrate efficient data handling by optimizing MongoDB queries with pagination. These improvements align with the following course outcomes: designing and evaluating computing solutions that solve a given problem using algorithmic principles and computer science practices. In summary, while the existing code is well structured and functional, it has security vulnerabilities, lacks robust error handling, and could benefit from better modularity. My planned enhancements will address these issues, making the code more secure, maintainable, and efficient. Thank you for watching this section, Software Engineering and Design, of my code review. I look forward to implementing these improvements and showcasing them in my final ePortfolio. See you in the next section.